Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. Tell me what you think, and you may just as well be frank. Stamp with a postmark to indicate date and time of mailing. A member of the ancient Germanic peoples who spread from the Rhine into the Roman Empire in the 4th century. Clearly manifest, evident. Frank enjoyment. Exempt by means of an official pass or letter, as from customs or other checks. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. Go after with the intent to catch. The dog chased the rabbit. A hinged catch that fits into a notch of a ratchet to move a wheel forward or prevent it from moving backward. Someone who is morally reprehensible. You dirty dog. A dull, unattractive, unpleasant girl or woman. She's a real dog. A member of the genus Canis, probably descended from the common wolf, that has been domesticated by man since prehistoric times, occurs in many breeds. The dog barked all night. Metal supports for logs in a fireplace. Informal term for a man. You lucky dog. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. Someone who performs dangerous stunts to attract attention to himself. A frankfurter served hot on a bun. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. Someone who performs dangerous stunts to attract attention to himself. A frankfurter served hot on a bun. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. United States mathematician and founder of cybernetics, 1894 to 1964. A smooth textured sausage of minced beef or pork, usually smoked, often served on a bread roll. Make numb or insensitive. Make less lively, intense, or vigorous. Impair in vigor, force, activity, or sensation. Terror blunted her feelings. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. Blunt talking and straight shooting. Devoid of any qualifications or disguise or adornment. The blunt truth. Make dull or blunt. Having a broad or rounded end. Thick marks made by a blunt pencil. Make less intense. Blunted emotions. Make less sharp. Blunt the knives. Used of a knife or other blade, not sharp. A blunt instrument. Openly straightforward and direct without reserve or secretiveness. His candid eyes. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. I gave them my candid opinion. Informal or natural, especially caught off guard or unprepared. A candid photograph. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. Forthright criticism. Directly and without evasion, not roundabout. Spoke forthright, or forthrightly, and to the point. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. Given to expressing yourself freely or insistently. Outspoken in their opposition to segregation. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. It is possible to be outspoken without being rude. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. Plainspoken and to the point. Using simple and direct language. A plainspoken country doctor. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. A point-blank accusation. Close enough to go straight to the target. Point-blank range. Characterized by directness in manner or speech, without subtlety or evasion. Stamp with a postmark to indicate date and time of mailing. A cancellation mark stamped on mail by postal officials indicates the post office and date of mailing. Plan and direct, a complex undertaking. Take somebody somewhere. Having no intervening persons, agents, conditions. In direct sunlight. Put an address on an envelope. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Lead, as in the performance of a composition. In a straight unbroken line of descent from parent to child. A direct descendant of the king. Cause to go somewhere. He directed all his energies into his dissertation. In precisely the same words used by a writer or speaker. A direct quotation. Without deviation. The path leads directly to the lake. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. Intend something, to move towards a certain goal. Criticism directed at her superior. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. Be in charge of. Being an immediate result or consequence. A direct result of the accident. Command with authority. He directed the children to do their homework. Direct in spatial dimensions, proceeding without deviation or interruption, straight and short. A direct route. Give directions to, point somebody into a certain direction. I directed them towards the town hall. Guide the actors in plays and films. Lacking compromising or mitigating elements, exact. The direct opposite. Moving from west to east on the celestial sphere, or, for planets, around the sun in the same direction as the Earth. Of a current, flowing in one direction only. Direct current. Similar in nature or effect or relation to another quantity. A term is in direct proportion to another term if it increases, or decreases, as the other increases, or decreases. Straightforward in means or manner or behavior or language or action. A direct question. Easily perceived by the senses or grasped by the mind. Obvious errors. A small non-rigid airship used for observation or as a barrage balloon. Highly seasoned minced meat stuffed in casings. Walk heavily. Something that can be used as an official medium of payment. Machine consisting of a heavy bar that moves vertically for pounding or crushing ores. Raise in a relief. Treat or classify according to a mental stereotype. A small adhesive token stuck on a letter or package to indicate that postal fees have been paid. A symbol that is the result of printing or engraving. He put his stamp on the envelope. A small piece of adhesive paper that is put on an object to show that a government tax has been paid. A device incised to make an impression, used to secure a closing or to authenticate documents. The distinctive form in which a thing is made. A block or die used to imprint a mark or design. Affix a stamp to. Are the letters properly stamped? A type or class. More men of his stamp are needed. Crush or grind with a heavy instrument. Stamp fruit, extract the juice. Destroy or extinguish as if by stamping with the foot. Stamp out tyranny. Form or cut out with a mold, form, or die. Stamp needles. Reveal clearly as having a certain character. His playing stamps him as a romantic. To mark, or produce an imprint in or on something. A man whose name is permanently stamped on our maps. A native or inhabitant of Europe. Of or relating to or characteristic of Europe or the people of Europe. Grant exemption or release to. Provide relief for. Free someone temporarily from his or her obligations. Lessen the intensity of or calm. Relieve oneself of troubling information. Provide physical relief, as from pain. This pill will relieve your headaches. Save from ruin, destruction, or harm. Grant relief or an exemption from a rule or requirement to. Alleviate or remove pressure or stress, or make less oppressive. Relieve the pressure and the stress. Grant exemption or release to. Free from a burden, evil, or distress. Take by stealing. The thief relieved me of $100. Grant relief or an exemption from a rule or requirement to. She exempted me from the exam. Of goods or funds, not subject to taxation. Income exempt from taxation. Grant exemption or release to. Of persons, freed from or not subject to an obligation or liability, as e.g. taxes, to which others or other things are subject. A beauty somehow exempt from the aging process. A defense of some offensive behavior or some failure to keep a promise, etc. He kept finding excuses to stay. Excuse, overlook, or make allowances for, be lenient with. Excuse someone's behavior. Ask for permission to be released from an engagement. Serve as a reason or cause or justification of. Your need to sleep late does not excuse your late arrival at work. Accept an excuse for. Please excuse my dirty hands. Grant exemption or release to. Please excuse me from this class. Defend, explain, clear away, or make excuses for by reasoning. A poor example. A poor excuse for an automobile. A note explaining an absence. He had to get his mother to write an excuse for him. Short, slender Frankfurter, usually with ends cut off. A member of the tribe of Franks who settled in the Netherlands in the 4th century AD. A member of the tribe of Franks who settled in the Netherlands in the 4th century AD. A Frankfurter served hot on a bun. King of the Franks who unified Gaul and established his capital at Paris and founded the Frankish monarchy. His name was rendered as Gallic, Louis, 466 to 511.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.